Erin and Brandon. If you missed our last episode, we drove our self-converted camper van to South Dakota, where we explored the beauty that is the Badlands, experienced the natural cave entrance in Wind Cave National Park, and found ourselves shopping for shampoo at Wall Drug.
I've never been shopping for shampoo with dead animals right above me.
A popular tourist attraction. But before we left South Dakota, there were a couple more stops we had to hit in the Black Hills.
Do you want to explain what happened with the cow? Quick synopsis.
I was on my run and I encountered a cow. It was standing right in the middle of the road. I didn't want to run right by it. It felt strange. So I just kind of waited. We had a bit of a stare off. Then the cow ran off the road. And when I ran by, the cow started running after me. So I just started sprinting, just absolutely hauling. Cow is big when it's running after you. Its friends started running after me too for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then they kind of peeled off to the side, kept running, but just off to the side. The last thing I thought was that the cow was gonna start galloping after me, and I didn't even know cows could run that fast. It was like sprinting after me. Anyway, scary experience, but we're all good.
You can see in the distance, Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse Memorial was started in 1948 as a tribute to honor all indigenous people of North America, using Lakota leader Crazy Horse as a representation. While now part of the arm and the face is completed, which is nearly 9 stories high, by the time it is finished, the entire mountain carving will be 641 feet long and 563 feet high.
This is a scale model of Crazy Horse, what it's going to look like. And it's 1/34 the size. That's how huge the actual Crazy Horse Memorial is going to be. This is a non-profit, so all of the money is coming from donations and from your entrance fee into the memorial. There's no government aid coming from this, and they wanted to do it that way on purpose. So I'm hoping in a few decades this is complete.
They'll have made more progress at least, because there's no completion date, because
Sure.
it's just all based on the amount of money that they can get. There's only actually 8 people who work on it 5 days a week, which is crazy. So we'll see. It's kind of like La Sagrada Familia. That's what Erin said earlier.
It's a work of art. Not only is the sculpture a feat of engineering, and it's the largest work in progress of a mountain carving, I think, in the world, but the facility surrounding Crazy Horse Memorial is so beautiful. It's so nice. It's supporting Native American artists, and it's giving them a space to sell their work and their art. And it allows us to learn more about the Native American history and chiefs like Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and the unfortunate situations that they were put in by their land being taken away. Now on to Mount Rushmore to see the sculptures of the people who took their land away.
Mount Rushmore attracts over 2 million visitors a year, as it is often referred to as a shrine of democracy. This project was executed from 1927 to 1941, and the faces of the 4 presidents, Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln, stand at 60 feet tall. For comparison, the entirety of Mount Rushmore can fit onto the side of Crazy Horse's face.
So originally we were not really planning on coming in to the park of Mount Rushmore. We heard that you could see it from the outside, and after doing a lot of research, we didn't really want to spend our money in supporting. We kind of got corralled into it. Once you are heading towards the gates, there wasn't really a way to get out.
James Borglum, who was the creator and sculptor of Mount Rushmore, was a sympathizer and worked also very closely with the Ku Klux Klan, and he was also anti-Semitic. So it's a complicated past. The vision was all his. This was like his baby. And now visiting Mount Rushmore feels like we're supporting supporting his vision, and that was all a part of it.
Also, where Mount Rushmore was erected is on Native American land, so it's basically stolen land from the Native Americans. Granted, it is very impressive to see, especially thinking back to when this was created back in the 1930s, and the nature surrounding this area is absolutely beautiful. It just kind of feels like it's a tourist attraction for a tourist attraction's sake.
If I were to suggest one or the other, I definitely suggest Crazy Horse. You can really get behind the message and the history of it. It's such a cool project. It means a lot. It embodies that Native American history.
Also, while Crazy Horse is the chief that is presented on the sculpture, it's a representation for all Native American people and kind of the sacrifices that they've given up and how they were, I guess, treated throughout.
Their whole history that's been so sad, and how the United States has just pushed them into little reservations. All of that history is kind of put into this sculpture and to Native American pride.
But just to think about what they're gonna do with the rest of the body and the horse body and everything, that's something impressive. That's something to go see. We are making one more stop today that has nothing to do with Mount Rushmore or Crazy Horse. We're going to Devil's Tower. There it is. Oh, you can barely see it.
So smoky.
Devil's Tower is not in a national park. It is actually a national monument. It is a big rock climbing spot. So I tried to see if Brandon would want to do it, but apparently it's for advanced people because I think the routes are between a 5.7 and a 5.13. And the most I've ever done is a 5.8. It just comes out of nowhere.
Only thing I've ever seen like that is the Rock of Gibraltar. That's a fact. Episode 3. Check it out.
Huh?
Wasn't Rock of Gibraltar episode 3?
Rock of Guatapé.
Oh.
He's talking about the Rock of Guatapé that we saw in Colombia, not the Rock of Gibraltar.
I've just seen too many things. I'm getting confused.
Oh yeah, you're so super well versed.
I meant Rock of Guatapé.
Devil's Tower was the United States' first national monument, being established as such in 1906 by Teddy Roosevelt. From base to top, it is more than 4 football fields high and is made out of hundreds of hexagonal columns. Due to its religious and cultural significance to many Native American tribes, the tower is closed to rock climbers for the month of June. So if you're interested in giving it a go, plan accordingly.
Out of all the impressive things we did and saw today, honestly, I think Devil's Tower has been my favorite because someone didn't sculpt it, someone didn't create it. The earth created this over millions of years. It's just insane to wrap your head around. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it, and I really enjoyed walking around the tower trail. Where are we going, babe?
I don't know. We need to figure that out.
Are you afraid?
No, because I'm in the car, but imagine running by that and it starts running after you. It's huge. Over.
And that's our sunset for the night. We are at a campground about 40 minutes away from Devil's Tower, and Brandon went for a run. I'm editing some video. If you're interested to continue watching our road trip series, make sure to subscribe, give us a like, and we'll put out more videos as long as I continue to edit. As always, stay tuned.